let's start with, when did you begin painting still lifes?
Yeah, so I mean, I suppose the key reason why I paint still lifes is I found my creative voice within still life painting. I mean, at the time I painted a little bit of everything, a little portraiture, a little landscape, the occasional still life. And one of the things I really wanted to do was find a singular style, something that was instantly recognizable. I mean, you can walk into a gallery and there can be some fantastic art, but you don't really know which artist painted it until you go up and you read the name. And that was something I didn't want. I wanted something that was extremely distinctive and instantly recognizable. And so I worked long and hard to try and find that look. And eventually, I suppose, I found it in still life painting. And so, you know, embraced it and developed it. And I've kind of never looked back.
And can you explain about the lines that occur in the paintings?
The lines, I call them intersecting lines, and I really place them in my work as almost a challenge to the viewer. I think too many paintings today are, you know, very straightforward. They're there to be hung on the wall and basically not thought about. They're just sort of background material. And I really think a painting should engage your senses, and it should sort of create some passion or some mental thought, or, you know, there should be something that engages you within the work. And, you know, the lines actually create a lot of that for them. They challenge the viewer to stop and to look at it, to think about the subject, and they do that, you know, if nothing else, for someone to go, well, why have you got the lines breaking the work up? I mean, they work on a lot of different levels for me. And, you know, to be honest, they're very divisive as well. I mean, I think a great artist should be all about control. I mean, he should absolutely control what the viewer feels, thinks, and where he looks. And you know, if you're skilled in your trade, you do that by, you know, careful placement of objects, framing, composition, colour. And, you know, the lines are extremely useful for that, because I can really control where the eye goes in the painting, not just with subject matter, but also these lines. You know, they're effectively, they can be arrows for me.
Do you ever get bored painting just still life paintings?
It's a strange thing painting still lifes, because gradually over time you can kind of, I suppose, become a little more obsessive about it. You just find yourself continually energized by the subject and wanting to paint more and more. And indeed, I always find that the creative opportunities in still life painting are so vast. I mean, from the first moment when you kind of arrange your flowers and your fruit, you're taking control of the subject, and you can choose sort of exactly what direction to take it in and what colours to place. And I find that just so liberating as a subject.